1985 homecoming football game versus the Brilliant Tigers. The Red Raiders come into tonight's football game with an overall record of 3-0 and ranked third in the state in AA. Brilliant comes into the football game with an overall record of 0-3. At this time, we will give you the lineups for the Red Raiders, and we'll start with the defense first tonight. At end, number 57, Ken Smith. Ken is a senior, 5'11", 165. At one tackle, Kevin Pugh. Kevin is a junior, wears number 72, 6'1", 215. At nose guard tonight will be Brian Wallace. Brian wears number 29. He's a senior, 5'7", 135. At the other tackle tonight for the Red Raiders will be number 65, Stephen Lipsy, a junior, 5'11", and 230. At the other defensive end will be Jamie Birmingham. Jamie wears number 11. He's a junior, 6'1", 170. At one linebacker tonight, Perry Reed wears number 1. Perry's a senior. He's 6'1", 170. The other linebacker, Asper Schwanigan, number 53. He's also a senior, 6'1", 195. In the defensive backfield tonight, starting for the injured Dak Garrison. At, that'll be strong safety will be Brett Walker. Brett is a sophomore, wears number 15, 5'11", 160. Starting for the Red Raiders tonight, at free safety will be number 5, Steve Sanders. He's a junior, 6'1", 145. Starting at cornerback, Chad Garrison, a senior, wears number 7, 5'8", 135. And at halfback, number 6, Mike Fry, junior, 5'8", 140. That's your defensive starting lineup for the Red Raiders tonight. Now we'll get the offense shortly here. As I said, Brilliant comes in 0-3, and they could be a dangerous football team to us, as you never can tell how somebody like that will react when you're playing a pretty good football team. So certainly we don't need to take Brilliant lightly by any means. Okay, we're going to get our starting offensive lineup, if I can find them right here. Starting for the Red Raiders on offense at split end will be number 12, Jason Smith. Jason is a senior, 6 foot and 140. Starting at one tackle, Asper Swanigan, a senior, wears number 53, 6 foot 195. At one guard, Kent Bobo, number 62, a junior, 5'11", and 160. At center for the Red Raiders, Rusty Ewan, a junior, 5'9", and 165. At the other guard, Kent Smith for the Red Raiders, number 57, a senior, 5'11", and 165. The tackle on the other side, Kevin Pugh, number 72, a junior, 6'1", and 215. At tight end, number 19, Jeff Keebler, a junior, 5'11", 135. At flanker for the Red Raiders will be Blaine Pyron, number 25. Blaine is a sophomore, 6 foot and 140. At quarterback for the Red Raiders, Chad Garrison. Chad is a senior. He is 5'8", and 135, wears number 7. At fullback for the Red Raiders, Brian Wallace, number 19, 5'6", 135, and a senior. And the franchise for the Red Raiders at tailback, Perry Reed, number 1, 6'1", 170. Perry has a chance tonight, if he scores 2 touchdowns, to break the state scoring record. And he likes about 700 yards, breaking the overall state rushing record for all classifications of schools in Alabama. We're going to go away for a few moments now before the start of the football game, and we'll be back with you for the rest of the pregame show shortly. Okay, we're back with you. We're about 10 or 15 minutes before the kickoff of tonight's football game. Homecoming for the Red Raiders, 1985. The opponent tonight, the Brilliant Tigers. Red Raiders, of course, as I mentioned before, come into the football game at 3-0, ranked third in the state in AA. Brilliant comes into the football game 0-3. The first football game they played was against Winfield, which they gave a good effort, but came up on the short end of a 28-6 or 27-8 score, something of that nature. The next week they played Carbon Hill and got beat 39-6, and virtually the same score last week against Kennedy Yellow Jackets. So Brilliant has the closest they've come to beating anybody is about 18 or 19 points. However, they are a very large football team. They've got 2 tackles that are absolutely monstrous, and we'll see them I'm sure they'll be very prominent on offense and defense both. They also have some very good running backs in the backfield. The Hood kid, who's a 10th grader, and I think they've got some other experienced youngsters that'll give us a hard tussle tonight. They'll probably play us hard, as all of you know that have played against Berea in the past. The ones that have watched you and Berea play know that it's never just a runaway. The largest margin of victory I can remember the Red Raiders over Berea by was 49-0 in 1971. And every year seems like it gets a little bit harder to beat them. The Red Raiders only a 4-year winning streak against Berea. It's been 4 years since Berea has beaten us, so naturally they want to break that streak. You have the Red Raider cheerleaders coming around on the automobiles. Jim's been following them around the field with a camera. Might mention that Jim Sloan is kind enough to do our camera work here tonight. We appreciate him, and if I can find Terry Franks before the ball game gets started, I'll try to get him to help do the commentary. If I don't, I may end up having to do it by myself. So maybe it won't be too bad even if we have to do that. And the rest of the Red Raider cheerleaders coming up right now. I think I can recognize most of the girls. If I can call their name there and let Jim just start on the left side, I believe I can call all of their names. We can get the camera in a little bit better focus here. There we go. I see Candy Peoples, Amanda Lockhart behind her. They've all got mascots. I don't know if I have a list of those or not. We're going to have homecoming festivities at halftime, naturally. I've got a list of majorette mascots, but I don't have a list of the cheerleader mascots. This time we're going to have the playing of the national anthem by the Red Raider Band and the invocation by Reverend Roger Hubbard of the New Hope Church of Christ.
We're thankful, our Father, for the cooperation that exists between these two great schools this evening as it has in the past, for the competitive spirit that prevails among them. I pray that these ingredients may continue throughout this evening, throughout the activities of this game, that this game might be played in the manner in which it was intended to be played. I pray that those who participate might do so I come forth from this game without further injury. This is our prayer in Christ's name. Amen.
Hey, we're back with you. You heard the national anthem there sung by Miss Robin Gilliland of Gordo, Alabama, who is a friend of our band director, Ms. Ann Blethyn, and she did just a fantastic job. Got a real pretty voice. The captains for the Red Raiders are coming out. The captains for the Tigers coming out also. For the Red Raiders tonight, number 77, Stanley Lixie. Number 65, Stephen Lipsey, the two twins, 5'11", 230 pounds apiece, and you can't hardly tell them apart. Both of them cat quick, very strong, and they'll be matched up against some pretty good-sized kids tonight from Brilliant. Got just a few minutes before game time here. As I mentioned, the Red Raiders, of course, playing Brilliant tonight. Brilliant at 0-3. I don't think that's a barometer of the kind of talent they've got over there. Next week, the Red Raiders will have to travel to Northside and face the tough Northside Rams. The Rams so far are unbeaten at 3-0, just like we are. We don't know how they'll come out tonight. Brilliant's captains at the middle of the field there, and the uniforms are of a light color and got a white jersey on and a light blue numeral on it. And they're going to be hard to read tonight. I didn't pick up the numbers when they were walking across. We'll try to get them for you as they walk back. Now Spotted Terry, I think he's going to come back up here and help us. Hey, bud. You coming up here? All right, I'm going to have some help. Tell you what, it's a lot easier to do this thing with help. It's hard to stand here and talk by yourself. Coin is being tossed. I don't know who won. I can't tell yet. I believe the Red Raiders won the toss. Looks like Brilliant's picking out which goal they might want to defend. We may kick off, though. I've seen that happen before, kick off and then receive in the second half. Of course, Northside played Hubbardville last week. Coach Harris from Hubbardville said that when his kids went out for the opening kickoff, they messed up and ended up having to kick a football off both halves. And that's something you don't ever want to do. And I've seen it happen plenty of times, though. Pretty good crowd, a big crowd on hand for the Raiders tonight. Of course, it's homecoming, as I mentioned, a lot of folks here. The Raiders now coming out on the field. Brilliant still not out on the field. Raiders will receive the football to start the football game and defend the south goal, which is the goal closest to the gym. The Tigers will kick and defend the north goal. Their captains, I believe, can't hardly read them, look like number 10, who is Meredith Green. Meredith plays a cornerback position on defense, and number 16, Tim Robinson. Brilliant still has not come out on the field. Coach Jack Hayes in the first year as coach over at Brilliant High School. Jack will do a fine job, I'm sure. Terry's trying to get adjusted here. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, now I'm with you, Randy.
All right. I'm glad you came up. I sure was afraid you wasn't going to make it.
I was a little late getting to the game tonight. Here comes the Brilliant Tigers down on the field. They look mean and ready.
I'm sure they will be. As I mentioned a while ago, the Tigers stand at 0-3 with 3 tough losses. Of course, two of them were to much bigger schools in Winfield and Carbon Hill, and they lost to the Kennedy Yellow Jackets last week, which was a 1A school. And Coach Hayes they look kind of like they're taking things kind of easy and maybe concentrating real hard. I'm sure they're looking to break that 0-3 streak here tonight. Last year when the Red Raiders played Brilliant, the Tigers were 1-2 and ended up 1-3 after our football game, and then they reeled off 8 straight wins to get into the semifinals of the state playoffs and ended up with a pretty good year.
Brilliant's always going to play you in a good game, Randy. It doesn't make a difference whether the record's 0-3 or 3-0. When these two teams meet, they're always real competitive, being neighbors like we are. And I look for a real good game tonight. I hope that we can be as aggressive this week as we were last week. We fired off a ball and played a real good ball game last week. And from talking with the kids today at the pep rally and everything, they were looking real forward to making it 4-0.
Certainly, and I mentioned I'd like to mention once again that we're third ranked in the state, Terry. We moved up from number 7 last week to number 3 this week. Of course, Millport was beaten last week by New Hope, Mississippi, and they dropped out of the top spot. Is it too loud for you? That right? So Millport's out of the top spot. We're up to the 3rd spot, and we could go higher depending on how the teams in front of us do. Brilliant will kick off. Their number, I just telling everybody, Terry, those numbers are going to be hard to pick up. They're real light. Number 75 will do the kicking for Brilliant. That is listed as Norman York. Norman York. We kicking Perry Reed deep to receive for the Red Raiders. Terry mentioned a while ago also that Perry needs 700 yards, about 700 to break the state rushing record, and he's just 2 touchdowns shy of breaking the state scoring record. 1 touchdown to tie and one more to break. So if he scores twice tonight, he will have scored more touchdowns than any back in the state of Alabama football history, at least in high school. There's a kick by York. It's going to be a short kick that Perry's going to field on the 11-yard line. Perry Reed with the football, looking to run the football, running it up over the 35 to 36-yard line and down at that point. Red Raiders football, first down and 10.
Some good blocking down there this time, Randy, where we got sort of bunched up in the middle, but they had a couple of real good blocks.
Number 64, who I believe is Darren Lee. Darren Lee came up limping for the Red Raiders. Red Raiders first down and 10 on the 36-yard line. Perry Reed, Brian Wallace in the backfield. Chad Garrison at quarterback. There's a give up the middle. Perry Reed, not much there. Brilliant in on the play. Norman York, 75. See who else is on the play for Brilliant. They're number 74, who I believe is that big tackle, Bill Goodwin. He's a big old boy, and he can play football. Brian Wallace goes out of the football game. Mike Fryer comes back in. Jason Smith will be split to the left side. 2 tight ends this time, Jeff Keebler and Blaine Pyron. Running the option to the left, Chad Garrison keeping the football. Pretty good yardage there.
Real good yardage there, Randy. But I noticed Brilliant then in watching them with 2 plays there. Their linebackers are staying at home and playing strictly quarterback, so we can look for a quarterback to be hit the way it looks right now.
Call it 3rd down and 3. We'll give Chad a gain of 5 yards on the play. Early in the football game, first offensive possession for the Red Raiders. 3rd down 3. Rusty Ewan out over the football at center. Jason Smith splits wide to the right side. Frine and Reed in the backfield. Garrison. There's a give to Fry, and he is going to be close to his first down. I believe he may have it if he gets a right foot spot. We got a man down on the field, Terry. I can't read the number immediately.
I think it's their center, Randy. I'm not. He's the only one I don't see back in the huddle now.
The referee signals 4th down, but it's pretty close to me. I believe they ought to measure that thing. They are going to measure it. I don't know. Still hadn't picked up who the injured player is.
Randy Brilliant's come out in a 5-2 rover, which is really a real good defense against the option or veer type offense that we're running, and their rover back is going to our strength. We're going to have to come back with something misdirection to offset that.
Red Raider players still down on the field. Ben Hightower out there looking over him. Ben's good enough to give up his time, and he certainly is a very, very capable trainer, having worked at UNA for 4 years when Mickey Andrews was coach up there. Looks like they're talking to him and see him moving his head.
I thought that was Rusty Ewan now, but I see Rusty back in the huddle now, so it's not him.
They're moving his legs around, so I don't know what it could be. Going to try to get him up now. We'll pick up the number here. Number 11, Jamie Birmingham. Jamie starts for defense for the first time tonight at a defensive end spot in place of Kent Bobo. Maybe just got the wind knocked out of him there. Red Raiders first down and 10. That first official over there signaled 4th down. Then they brought the chain in. It was first down. I'm glad we didn't take his word for it. Red Raiders on the 46-yard line. Got Jason Smith split to the right. 2 tight end offense. Perry Reed shoots deep in the eye. Brian Wallace is the fullback. There's a pitch to Reed trying to hit off the left side. Perry Reed running hard. Brilliant did a good job of closing it up. It looked like he had some room to the outside.
They changed defense on us again there. They went back to the 4-4. They're changing defense. I'm sure that's Brilliant's game plan to try outguessing us on our play calling with their defensive calling.
Coach Jack Hayes in his first year as Brilliant head coach, 2nd down and 3 for the Red Raiders in Brilliant territory at about the 47-yard line.
And they're back in the 6-2 again.
Reed and Fry in the backfield. Reed deep, pitch to the right side. Perry Reed looking for running room. Breaks it out, drops the football. I believe the Red Raiders did recover, however. A good hit applied there on Perry Reed by Brilliant, and the football popped out, but the Red Raiders did recover. I didn't pick up the number who recovered that, but at any rate, it's going to be 1st down and 10 for the Red Raiders down at the 42-yard line of Brilliant.
I think that was Kent Bobo that recovered that fumble.
Kent Bobo playing one of the guards for the Red Raiders tonight. On offense, Perry comes out of the football game. He's wearing a knee brace tonight, Terry. You can see that sticking out from under his right pant leg there. There's a pitch to Mike Fry trying to hit off the right side. Brilliant's got it defensed, and they're over there, plenty of them. They got a whole host of Brilliant Tigers over on the right side. Fry's just going to pick up about a yard, maybe. Give him 2. So it's going to bring up 2nd down and 8 on the Brilliant 40-yard line. Good pursuit by Brilliant to get to the football in. They had 5 or 6 men around the football when the play ended.
Brilliant's doing a good job covering the wide side and the narrow side of the field. The outside play, they're giving us the middle, which we're not taking advantage of right now.
Brian Wallace and Mike Fry in the backfield. Chad Garrison wanting to throw the football. Gets it out for Brian Wallace. Brian catches it, gets away from a Brilliant man still running downfield. Brian Wallace, a good run there after the catch by Brian Wallace. Carries the football from the 40-yard line of Brilliant down to the 22-yard line of Brilliant. So an 18-yard gain on the play, and a pretty pass laid out there by quarterback Chad Garrison.
That was a beautiful pass. He threw it the only place he could be thrown where he could catch it, and the defender couldn't, and then knock it down, man. Which the defender made a play for the ball instead of the back.
Of course, Brian, scored on a 55-yard screen pass against Berry last week. He's wanting to catch that football and run with it. Reed back in the football game. There's a give to Perry off the left side. A good tackle there by Brilliant, a shirt tackle by Brilliant. It's number 74, Bill Goodwin.
He was holding on for dear life.
He sure was, wasn't he? That's a gain of, let's give him 3 yards on the play, so it's going to bring up 2nd down and 7 from the Brilliant 20. Bill Goodwin, a big old boy, weighs about 235, 240. One of their best players that they have on defense and on offense for the Brilliant Tigers. Red Raiders now with Perry Reed and Fry in the backfield. Split to the right side is Jason Smith, 2 tight end offense. Chad Garrison wanting to throw the football again. There's a screen pass out to Jason Smith. Smith trying to cut up field. Brilliant gets out, however, pretty quickly and cuts him to a 5-yard gain.
Pass was just a little bit slow getting there that time, Randy. If we got the ball out there just count quicker, it would have probably been 5 yards better.
Brings up 3rd down and 2 for the Red Raiders from the Brilliant 15. Rusty Gunn out over the football at center. You've got Stanley Lipsy, Kevin Pewitt guards. Pitch to the left side. Perry Reed running to the left. Perry Reed running hard, running for the end zone. A good tackle over there by Brilliant, as the defensive back knocked Perry Reed out of bounds and kept him from scoring. However, he did get down to the Brilliant, let's call it 4-yard line there. So it's going to bring up 1st down and go from the 4-yard line for Brilliant. And Terry, this is what you want to do to start every football game. You want to take that first drive in.
Yeah, I like the way we're doing, too. We're sustaining the drive 1st down after 1st down and pushing it in. And that's the kind of drive that really hurts the team.
Brian Wallace and Perry Reed in the backfield. There's a gift to Perry Reed running inside veer to the left side. He does not make it in. Looked like he got close to the 1-yard line for the Red Raiders, so it'll bring up 2nd down and go from that point. Brilliant's number 85 gets up off the bottom of the pile. That's Jeff Clark. Jeff Keebler hurries into the football game, and Jamie Birmingham will come out at the tight end spot. Perry needs 2 touchdowns to break the state scoring record. This one here could tie it if he gets in the end zone. Red Raiders, 2 tight ends. Smith split to the right side. Running to the left side, gives it to Reed, and somebody was there to meet that.
I guarantee you, Randy, I think they know he just likes 2 touchdowns breaking the record, because they was looking for Perry all the way.
Somebody stuffed that inside veer right there for Brilliant. I didn't pick up the number.
The linebacker shot the gap. I don't know what number he was, but he was up linebacker, and he he was there when the ball was snapped.
A loss of a yard on the play, so it's going to bring up 3rd down and goal from the 2-yard line for the Red Raiders. We got 5:50 to go in the first quarter, and we don't need to get down here and not score. That sure enough fire bring it up.
They sure would. We need to put this one in this time.
Chad Garrison running the option to the right side. Garrison ducks inside and scores. Chad Garrison with a good read on the play.
A real good read. He done the only thing he could. They had already cut Perry off the pitch back there. It looked like a defensive man that got in between him and Perry. Would have been a dangerous pitch down that post. Never did like to pitch it when you got down that close, but glad to see him scoot it on in. We're 1 up already with 5:37 left in the first quarter.
Ken Smith will attempt the extra point out of the hold of Jason Smith. Asker Swanigan will be snapping back. Red Raiders up 6-0. There's a snap, a low snap. Jason gets it down, and Ken kicks it through. That's the prettiest extra point we've had all year.
Sure is. A bad snap, but they made it look real good.
Red Raiders up 7-0. Britt about to get the football for the first time in the football game, and we'll see how the Red Raider defense will play against the Tigers.
That's what we want to do, Randy. We want to take the ball and put it in on them right off the bat and give them something to think about. Now then they've got to play catch-up football. Our line then, Randy, was doing an excellent job of firing off the ball on it, with the exception of maybe a couple of downs where the linebackers were shooting, and but Britt is changing defense almost every play, if not every other play.
Also, I might mention it, Coach Bates had heard that Coach Hayes had made the statement that he played a 5-man front all 3 ball games, and virtually except for a couple of downs. He'd made the statement to somebody he'd never be in a 5 again, but he has been in the 5 some already tonight. We expect him to play a lot of that 4-4 defense that we were talking about a while ago there. 4-man front, defensive front. Asker Swanigan will kick off from the Red Raider 40, deep to receive for Britt. If I can pick up those numbers, Terry, you may read them. Those numbers are slide. I can't see what they are.
I can't help you, Randy. I can't even break out either one of the numbers.
I think it's number 41 on the far side of where Asker's kick hits about the 25, bounces to a Britt man. He's coming back up the middle. Almost broke through there. My goodness.
My goodness. I'll tell you, a good tackle by, let's see, 19. I'm sorry.
That's Jeff Keebler.
Jeff Keebler. A real good tackle with Jeff. I don't know these kids' names, but that was a saving tackle.
Look at this. Britt not even going to huddle up. Red Raiders out on defense quickly when Britt backs off now, but it appeared they weren't even going to huddle up for the time. For their offensive play. I don't know what's going on here.
They changed the ball. They didn't have Britt's ball on the field.
Coach Hayes discussing something with the official there. Must have a timeout on the field. Got some managers carrying some water out. Indeed, we do have a timeout on the field.
I think this is the water break that we get in each quarter, Randy.
I didn't know they were still giving the water break since it cooled off a little bit, but evidently they are.
I think that upset Coach Hayes just a little bit. I think he was wanting to get the ball on down the field in a hurry.
Yeah.
A little surprise for him.
That's shades of Livingston when they won a national championship years ago. They ran a no-huddle offense, and last year, against Troy and UNA football game that I witnessed, Troy ran a no-huddle offense. Red Raiders.
He could definitely put your defense in a little suspense just a second. If there were something wrong, it would be hard to make an adjustment with a no-huddle. And I'm sure that's what Coach Hayes is.
Britt comes up now. Meredith Green deep in the eye. We'll try to pick up the fullback's number in a minute. It's Tim Robinson at quarterback for Britt. Robinson gives the football off to his fullback, who is number 40. If I can pick up that number. And Britt with a no-huddle again. They're going to give us trouble about trying to call the numbers out. No-huddle offense for Britt. Second down, no gain on the play. Britt running the option to the left side. There's a pitch. Britt with Meredith Green running to the left. He's tackled by Perry Reed. A good gain on the play, however, for Britt, as they got about, give them 8 yards on the play, so it's going to bring up 3rd down and 2 from the 48-yard line.
Britt split in, got out, and got a good block downfield that time. We're going to have to come up and shut that down.
Robinson is their quarterback. I'm still unable to pick up their fullback's number. I think it's number 40. I believe that is. Would be Ronald Gilbert. There's a give. Pitch back to Meredith Green. They got outside of our end. Asker Swanigan got out there with Mike Prime, made a good tackle, but Britt got a first down on the play. Our end got sucked in on that, Terry. Went for the fake, and they got outside on us.
I got sucked in too, Randy. I was watching the fullback right up the middle. I thought he had the ball all the time until I saw it pitch.
Robinson at quarterback for Brilliant. Tim Robinson, I believe.
Doing a good job handling the ball, faking it.
Brilliant first down and 10 on the Red Raider 46. There's a give off the right side, nowhere to go.
Good
nowhere
tackle.
To good tackle.
Birmingham, a real good tackle.
Birmingham on the tackle. Give him a gain of a yard on the play. I believe that was their fullback, Gilbert, who carried the football. Ken Smith is going to come out, and into the football game goes Kent Bobo. Birmingham goes to the other defensive end. Brett Walker starting on defense at a defensive halfback in place of Dak Garrison. There's a give to the Brilliant fullback up the middle. He's not going to get much. Perry Reed on his back there and drags him down after about a yard gain. I believe that's Gilbert, Ronald Gilbert carrying the football. Third and 8 for the Tigers. Bobo out of the football game. And Ken Smith is back in at the defensive end position. Birmingham switches back to the other side.
Brilliant. From to put it in the air, Randy.
Brilliant now in a passing situation. Robinson wanting to throw the football. Throws the football down here intended for their number 11. Almost intercepted by Michael Fry. So it's going to bring up 4th down and 8 for Brilliant from the Red Raider 44-yard line. And I believe they'll probably punt the football here.
Secondary was in pretty good position then, Randy.
That was intended for their number 11, who's Craig Stanford. Tim Robinson, number 16, their quarterback, threw it. In punt formation for them is number 40, that's Gilbert. Gilbert, almost blocked. Almost blocked. Fry calls for a fair catch, drops the football.
He got back on it.
I believe he got back on it.
He did.
But he just barely did.
Little Chad Garrison didn't like, but just an inch getting to that block, that punt.
14-yard line for the Red Raiders, first down and 10 on their second offensive possession of the night. We got 3:32 to go in the first quarter. Red Raiders up 7-0. Man, I tell you, that block punt would have been a big play in the football game. It
sure would. I thought he had it, but if he had been 6 foot tall, he would have had that one.
Yeah, he's only 5'7", so those short inches hurt him there. Blaine Pyron split to the left, Jason Smith to the right, Reed and Brian Wallace in the backfield, and somebody jumped. I saw Brilliant jump. I don't know if we had a man that drew him offside or not. Offside Brilliant. Dead ball foul, first down and 5 for the Red Raiders. Will move up to the 19-yard line. Birmingham goes in at a tight end, and Kebra goes out.
That helps. When you're that deep.
Anytime somebody give you 5 yards, you want to take it. Rusty Ewan out over the football at center. Reed and Brian Wallace still in the backfield. Jason Smith splits to the left side. 2 tight end offense. Garrison running the veer to the left side. There's a give to Perry Reed and not much running room at all. That's the side that big Goodwin boy, number 74, Bill Goodwin, is on. Not much room there. Call it second down at 3. We'll give him a gain of a couple of yards on the play. Blaine Pyron comes out of the football game. Number 5, Steve Sanders, goes in. Bobo and Ken Smith at the guards. Kevin Pugh, Asper Swanigan now at tackles. Birmingham and Steve Sanders at tight ends. Chad Garrison wanting to stand up, throw the football. Caught by Steve Sanders on a good pass and good catch.
Good pass, good catch. They were in the 5-2 rover that time. They'd rolled their cornerback up to make it look like an umbrella defense and didn't leave anybody out there to cover Steve.
A gain of close to 8 yards on the play. Puts the football at the Red Raider 29. We've got another first down and 10 to go for the Red Raiders. Birmingham is out of the football game. Keebler is back in. Fry in the backfield now with Reed. Smith split to the right side. Garrison calls his signals. There's a pitch to Perry Reed. Looking for running room to the outside. Perry Reed running hard, but Brilliant playing good defense there. Getting up on him. Number 10, Meredith Green, made a tackle on Perry Reed.
We missed her block downfield that time, Randy.
There's a gain of 5 yards on the play, however, and it's going to bring up second down and 5 for the Red Raiders. The football up about the Brilliant's 34-yard line, and we've got a man down again. Don't know what number it is. We haven't been able to pick it up yet, but I tell you, they're going to war out there because we've had folks laying all over the field.
This is kind of game that Brilliant likes. They like to put people on their back.
I can remember playing in some football games. Chad Garrison took a lick at quarterback position. He's going to come out now. Brett Walker will go in to play quarterback in his place. I'm sure he'll not be out long as he looks okay as he jogs to the sideline. Probably just got the wind knocked out of him.
He was jogging. That's something that I mentioned earlier. I'm pretty sure that quarterback's going to get hit pretty regular because those linebackers, I think that's their assignment tonight.
Britt in the 5-man front this time. Perry Reed shifts deep into the I. Mike Bryant fullback. Brett Walker calls signals. There's a pitch to Perry Reed. Heading off the left side, Perry Reed almost broke it. Almost broke it.
I thought he was going just for a split second.
Gain of 7 yards on the play up to the Red Raider 41-yard line for Perry Reed, and Brett Walker plays one play at quarterback and comes out. Steve Sanders goes back in the football game. Lane Pyron comes out. Chad Garrison goes back in at quarterback. So the Red Raiders first down and 10, 41-yard line, and chewing that clock up. We've got a minute 22 and counting to go in the first quarter. Red Raiders up 7-0. Jason Smith split to the right side. Garrison running counter option to the left. Garrison caught and brought down on a good defensive play over there by Brilliant.
They had that defense perfect, Randy. They had a cornerback coming up, taking the pitch away from him. He done a real smart thing with just eating the ball.
A loss of close to 2 yards on the play, so it'll bring up second down and 10. The football just inside the Red Raider 40-yard line. Jamie Birmingham goes in. Jeff Keebler comes out at the tight end position. Rusty Ewan out over the football at center. Jason Smith and Steve Sanders both split to the right side. Coach Bates has shown a little bit more passing here in the early part of this football game, so he may throw here. Chad Garrison wanting to throw the football. Brilliant running him to the right side. There's a pass intended out here for number 12, Jason Smith, which falls incomplete, so it's going to bring up third down and 12 to go. The football back in the same position just inside the Red Raider 40.
I think it must have been a little mixed up somewhere there, Randy. Both were backs were running the same pattern, the out pattern, about 5 yards apart. Bria had good coverage on them. I'm sure one of those should have been a deeper pattern or maybe a fly pattern.
Keebler goes in for Birmingham, almost a certain passing situation for the Red Raiders here. Perry Reed out of the football game now. In the backfield is Fry and Brian Wallace. Sanders tied in on the left, Keebler on the right. Jason Smith split to the right side. Timeout is going to be called by the Red Raiders. Timeout on the field. We have 26 seconds to go in the first quarter. The Red Raiders up 7-0. Terry, in viewing the film of last week's football game against Kennedy that Brilliant had played, Kennedy got out on them early like we did, and they kind of kept the pressure on them, and they were ahead something like 27-6 at halftime and had an easy time of it, winning, I think, 39-6. So it's important to us that we keep the pressure on them. If we let them come down here and play us to maybe 7-0 or 7-7 at half, they're going to decide if they can play with us.
That's exactly right, and it's like I said, this is playing your neighbor, and you're always going to play your neighbor just a little bit harder than you do anybody else. And I'm sure Brilliant feels like they can play football with us, and they're doing a good job so far. Their defense is confusing their offense right now. I'm sure we can make an adjustment. They're giving the middle to us, which we haven't tried to take advantage of yet.
Of course, Coach Bates mentioned that to me. I expect them to do some things in the middle later on in the football game because they had noticed that Brilliant was going to give the middle to us some on that, especially in that 5-2 defense, and I'm sure they'll try to do something to take advantage of it later on. Red Raiders now third down and 12. The football just inside their 40-yard line. Chad Garrison calls signals at quarterback. Running the option to the right side, Perry Reed. He's going to throw an option pass. Reed throws the football up in the air. Jason Smith caught the football. Was he inbounds? Yes, sir. A beautiful pass and a beautiful catch by Jason Smith on the Bria 25-yard line.
Oh, that was beautiful. I think maybe we got a gift from God. In watching his feet in the replay, I want everybody to pay close attention. Maybe I was wrong.
Well, that looked like to me he was out of bounds, but they ruled him inbounds. In high school, do you have to have both feet inbounds or just one?
I think it's just one, Randy, but I don't think he had either one. I may be wrong.
Well, I'll say he had one. At any rate, we'll take it. We'll take anything we can get. First down 10 on the Brea 25-yard line for the Red Raiders. 4, 3, 2. Last play of the first quarter. Perry Reed running the pitch to the left side. Perry Reed, Brea man, got over there in good position. That's number 22 for Brea. Let's look up that young man's name. He made a good play. Richard Kimbrell. Kimbrell.
He made a real good play. He got out there and fought off a stiff arm and made a good tackle on Perry in open field. That's something that's hard to do.
That's the end of the first quarter. The Red Raiders up 7-0 over the Brea Tigers, and we're going to change ends of the field here. And then tell you what, folks, it's been anything but easy here in this first quarter. Brea's fought us every step of the way.
This has probably been the roughest ball game thus far we've been in the first quarter. Brea is hitting.
Of course, this is much the way they played Winfield in the first half, Terry. I didn't see the football game, but everybody that I talked to that went said that Brea really knocked Winfield around in the first half of the football game over there. I think Perry might have lost a yard on that last play. The football's going to be back at the Brea 26-yard line. Be a loss of a yard, so it's going to bring up second down and 11 for the Red Raiders from that point to start the second quarter. Referee still has time out here. Must be another water break.
I reckon so. I thought they would quit that when the temperature dropped down, but undoubtedly they're going to go with it.
I tell you what, you remember how hot it was the first football game, or the last football game, I believe was the first one that you did with me, and we was talking about how hot it was up here in the concession stand. It's about 20 degrees cooler tonight than it was then.
It's at least 20 degrees cooler tonight than it was then.
You hear the Red Raider band playing in the background there. Still got time out on the field. Both teams talking to the coaches, talking to the officials. Red Raiders now with their helmets back on. We'll be ready to play shortly here. First play of the second quarter. Red Raiders 2nd and 11 from the Brea 26-yard line with a 7-0 lead. As I mentioned, it is homecoming for the Red Raiders. We'll try to do the homecoming festivities as much as we can. We've got a list of all the homecoming queens, and I'll try to read it off as they introduce them to you so you'll know who the homecoming queens are and their escorts. They're perched over on the bank at the south end of the field on the homecoming float, I guess you'd call it. We can get a close-up of them there.
Real good-looking bunch, isn't it?
Pretty good-looking bunch. I can't see them from here. They're far off, though. 2nd and 11 from the Brea 26. Jason Smith goes wide to the right side. Blaine Pyron at one tight end. Jeff Keeber at the other. Reed and Fry in the backfield. No, that's Brian Wallace and Fry in the backfield. Garrison. There's a give to Brian Wallace. Brian Wallace breaks it up the middle, Terry. And there you talked about that middle they were giving us, and sure enough, they broke one there.
That's where our hole is at right now, Randy. They're giving us that. I believe we could run that play all the way in the end zone and make Brea change defense.
Give Brian a gain on that play of close to 10 yards, so it's going to bring up third down and about 1 for the Red Raiders. The football on the Brea 16-yard line.
Got a beautiful cross block in there that time.
Reed back in the football game, now deep in the eye. Fry's the fullback. There's the give to Perry Reed. Perry Reed breaks it up the middle. Perry Reed running hard inside the Brea 5.
And right up the middle again, we got another cross block, a little trap. Guard pulled across and trapped the defensive tackle. There's your hole.
Red Raiders now moving the football deep into Brea territory on the 5-yard line. Looking to go up 14-0 over the Tigers.
You can look for those linebackers to come back to the inside now.
Jason Smith split to the right side. Perry Reed in the backfield along with Fry. There's the give to Perry Reed off the left side. Not much room. Give him 2 yards on the play. It's going to be close to the Brea 3-yard line.
That linebacker stayed at home that time. He didn't pay any attention to fake.
As we mentioned, Perry needs 2 touchdowns to break the state all-time scoring record for all classifications, not just AA, single A, but all classifications, including the big 6A schools. Jason Smith goes wide to the right again. Perry Reed in the backfield along with Fry. Two tight end offense. Garrison calls his signals. There's a little pop pass. Jamie Birmingham.
Beautiful. They were playing. Brilliant was playing the run all the way. They didn't have any pass defense at all.
Jamie Birmingham from his tight end position catches a touchdown pass from quarterback Chad Garrison, and the Red Raiders go up 13-0 with 10:29 to go in the second quarter.
That was a beautiful call, Randy. I agree with Coach Bates on that one. That was Brilliant was playing us run all the way. Lining up the extra point now.
Ken Smith set to attempt the extra point. Jason Smith will be doing the holding. Asker Swanigan, there's the snap. We got a flag on the play. What have we got here, Mr. Official? Straighten us out. Illegal procedure against the Red Raiders. The kick looked good, so I'm sure they'll have to try it from 5 yards further back.
He's kicking the ball a lot better than that, Randy. Let's back him up and let him get a little distance on him.
I've been on him so heavy about the strap, folks. I'm not even going to mention the strap tonight. If he wants to tie his toe up, that's all right with me. Did they miss the extra point, Terry? I never did.
No, it was good.
It looked like it was inside the goalpost.
It was good.
That's a dead ball foul anyway. They got to come back, hasn't they? I don't think you can decline that penalty. Ken Smith will attempt again from 5 yards further back. It amounts to about a 26-yard field goal is what it amounts to. Oh, me. Jason Smith running to the outside, trying to get away. Jason Smith running. Touchdown. Oh, me. I said touchdown. It's a two-point conversion.
Two-point conversion. Excellent running. Did you see that move he put on out there?
I tell you, I didn't know the kid had it in him.
Oh, he put a beautiful move on it. He left the guy standing there with his pants down.
Oh, me. Jason Smith on a bungled snap from an extra point attempt runs a two-point conversion from the 16-yard line. The Red Raiders up 15-0. And things are going our way right now. They may change, but they're going our way.
Our snapper back's got grease on his fingers tonight, Randy, I think.
That's Asker. Asker doing the snapping back. He'll do the kicking off also from the 40-yard line. Deep to receive for Brilliant. Number 10, Meredith Green.
Last time he got a bum of a kickoff, but it went deep enough. He just didn't get up in the air where we can get any coverage. They almost broke it. We need to get the ball up in the air where we can get a little better coverage this time.
They got it to the 40-yard line last time. I tell you what, we've got some weak spots on our football team. Our kick coverage has been one of them. Asker Swanigan doing the kicking off. It's another short kick. It's a high kick. Meredith Green's going to field the football on the 20-yard line, heading back upfield and tackle before he got to the 35.
Jeff Keebler again on the tackle. I think he got it on the last kickoff, Randy.
Keebler's a little headhunter. He'll really go to that football. Red Raiders now got to play defense against the Tigers. The Brilliant up on their own 32-yard line. First down and 10. Kent Bobo throwing a shoe to somebody. Asker's out of his shoe. Must have been wearing a kicking shoe.
Probably was.
Brilliant now.
Center just comes in the ball game. Did you notice that? I wonder if he knows what the snap count is.
Brilliant now, running the football to the left side. I see Perry Reed fumble on the play. Let's see who got the football. Did they blow it dead? Brilliant comes up with the football. One of their tackles, I believe, got it.
Brilliant recovered the fumble. But that was amazing. The center come off the sideline. He knew what the snap count was.
Give him a gain on the play of about 3 yards there. I saw Perry Reed in on the tackle. I couldn't pick up anybody else before the ball popped out. Brilliant, second down and 7. There's a give. No, he's fake to give. Robinson running to the left side. No gain on the play. Chad Garrison, Asker Swanigan over there.
Good tackle by Chad Garrison then.
Cut Robinson's legs out from under him. No gain on the play. He's going to bring up third down and 7 for Brilliant from their own 35-yard line.
This is a pretty big down for us, Randy. We need to hold them here and get the ball back while we still got plenty of time to put another one on the board before we'll have.
Red Raiders have done a good job. We got a timeout on the field and has been called by the Brilliant Tigers. Coach Jack Hayes going out to talk to his people.
I think Brilliant realizes this too. I guess they feel like they need to get a first down where they don't have to give a ball back to us here.
Red Raiders have chewed the clock up on 2 touchdown drives thus far to lead 15-0.
having to wave at my fans down in the...
Yeah. Dak Garrison goes in the football game for the first time, and Brett Walker's going to come out at a defensive back. So Dak Garrison seeing his first action tonight. Dak has a minor injury. However, he has permission from the doctor to play, so we'll see how well he does. His first action of the night. Kent Bobo out of the football game. All right, bring it 3rd down and 7. We're ready to go again. Wish they'd come to my side of the field so I could pick up those numbers. I tell you,
I look for Bria to try throwing the ball again. They haven't had any success whatsoever throwing the ball tonight with us. And the way I understood it, they like to throw the football.
Bria in the eye. Meredith Green, number 10, deep in the backfield. They split their number 11. Stanford to the right side. Robinson throwing the football. Robinson, good pass and good catch.
Good catch. Just what I was expecting. It was a good catch. Sort of knocked the wind out of Chad there when they came down on him. It was a good tackle by Chad, but he was under that big 85 and sort of knocked the wind out of Chad. He's going to have to come out and get his wind back.
Jeff Clark on the reception for the Tigers from his tight end position. Bria first down on their own 45 now. Robinson at quarterback. Running the option to the right side. Robinson turns it up. Good defense there by the Red Raiders. They had 3 or 4 men around him. Perry Reed
caused him to cut back inside, and Sue cut him down. I think Perry may have tripped him up himself.
I tell you, it's the value of Perry Reed. You know, he breaks all these records. He's going to break these records if he stays healthy. But he's just as valuable to us on defense, folks, as he is on offense. He's an excellent football player all the way around.
His speed then coming from backside linebacker all the way across the field to cut that off.
Bria splits number 7, Ricky Robinson to the right side. There's a fake, and Stanley Lipsy had him and lost him, and Jamie Birmingham finishes him off.
Jamie Birmingham wasn't turning loose.
Yeah, Jamie Birmingham with a good tackle from his defensive end position when Stanley Lipsy had the Bria quarterback before he got started. Then he got away from him. Third down and 11 to go for the Tigers. The football back on their 44-yard line.
Yes, Blaine Byron playing the defensive halfback. I think that's the first time I saw him in the defensive secondary this time.
Red Raiders now. Bria deep in the eye. Robinson split to the right side. He comes back in motion. There's a pitch. Bria running the pitch, and they took Ken Smith down, but there's a whole host of Red Raiders there.
They took Ken Smith down, but he took about 3 of them with him.
Hey, he got a vicious lick foot on him, I tell you. Ken's tough. He got a hard lick foot on him, but he took some folks down with him, and a whole bunch of Red Raiders, Perry Reed there among them, to make the tackle.
That's the price he had to pay, and that was his job, and he done a good job of getting out there and just clogging it up where they didn't have nowhere to run.
Red Raiders going to get the football back with about 7 minutes to go in the second quarter. Bria set to kick the football. There's the kick away by their number 40. I believe it's their number 40. It's going to roll dead at about the 15-16-yard line of the Red Raiders. So we'll have a football from that point.
You got a real good kick, and you done a real wise thing by kicking it away from Perry.
Kicked it directly toward the sideline, and it died just about a couple of yards from the sideline. So it's going to bring up first down and 10 for the Red Raiders, just outside of their own 15-yard line. Stephen Lipsky hurries into the football game. He's going to replace Kevin Pugh, number 72. On the side with Ken Smith and Jeff Keebler. Reed and Wallace in the backfield. Garrison, there's a pitch to Reed. Perry Reed looking for running room. Perry Reed running to the outside, trying to cut back up. Perry Reed, we got a flag on the play. There may be holding or clipping on the Red Raiders here. Let's see what they're going to call. I'm sure it's going to be against us. We had a defensive man out there fighting with a brilliant man, Terry, but I think we're going to be called for holding here.
Boy, I tell you what, Randy, I swallowed my Adam's apple 2 times when he pitched that then.
It was close, wasn't it?
That looked like it was going to be 6 points for them. Sure, it was a good pitch. The only place he could put the ball, but looked like if Bria people had been alert, they could have batted that down and walked on in the end zone with it.
Going to be against the Red Raiders. It appeared to be wideout Jason Smith who was called for the penalty.
Must have been holding. I don't think it was a clip.
Must have been holding. He had to hold the block for a long time. because the play swung real wide, holding against the Red Raiders, so it will bring up first down. I don't believe that's loss of down, so it'll be first down. And
13, 14.
Somewhere they marked it from the spot of the foul, so it's going to be about 13 yards to go. First and 13 for the Red Raiders. Back inside their 15-yard line at about the 12. Chad Garrison calls signals. There's a give, a counter play to Mike Fry, and he's caught there, just manhandled by a Brilliant defensive tackle. I believe that's Big Goodwin that got a hand on him there, and he couldn't go anywhere. Number 77 it was instead of Goodwin. That number 77 is Kevin Harris for Brilliant. Blaine Pyron comes out, and Steve Sanders goes in. The Red Raiders deep in a hole now, down about the 12-yard line.
This is a big play.
We got timeout on the field. Officials timeout. 5:42 to go in the second quarter, the first half of the football game.
It must be the water break.
Must be. Trotting water out on the field. I tell you what, they're going to be waterlogged. We've had so many breaks here. That's 3 that I can remember. We're not even to the halftime yet. But at any rate, it gives both coaches time to talk to their football teams. Everybody catch your breath a little bit.
These next 2 downs are real big for us. We need to get out of this hole and really need to put one more on the board. That would sort of break their back down. They're crippled right now, but we need to go ahead and break them down because Brilliant is capable of coming back and playing football. They've already shown us that. And
certainly we need to avoid the turnover deep in our own territory here, which really would give Brilliant some momentum. You remember a couple of years ago, Terry, we had them 14-0 at halftime, and it ended up to be a 20-12 football game. And in the last minute of the football game, Brilliant lined up to kick a field goal for the win and missed it. And Perry Reed broke a long one. You know, and the margin was wider than it really was. So.
I remember it well, and I hope our kids remember that too, that Brilliant is capable of playing a good game as they've shown so far. They've fought the ball game hard.
Chad Garrison with Perry Reed and Brian Wallace in the backfield. Garrison, bigger give to the left side to Reed. Reed running through, tackles Brilliant. Brilliant just won't give up on him, though.
He ran through 3 tackles, though, Randy.
Their number 40, Ronald Gilbert, was the one that brought him down, but a good gain on the play by Perry Reed.
Close to 10 yards. No, I'm mistaken.
It's about 5 yards, I believe. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 8. Looked longer than it was because he fought off so many tackles. Fry goes back in the football game. Brian Wallace comes out.
Sort of deep to put it up, but you hate not to.
Yeah, it certainly is. Chad Garrison calls signals. I don't think Coach Bates will put it up here, though. Chad Garrison running the options. Pitch back to Perry Reed. Brilliant with good defense again. Brilliant really playing great defense tonight.
Great defense. Perry fought off 2 tacklers and just didn't run out of more real estate, really.
Brilliant now starting to take a little bit of charge of that line of scrimmage against the Red Raiders. It's going to bring up 4th down and 8 to go as there was no gain on the play. Brilliant showing more speed than I thought they had to get to the outside to stop Reed. Ewan will be forced to punt from deep in their own territory at about the 17-yard line. Steve Sanders will be hitting the football at about the 7.
I thought we would try running the ball back up the middle again, but I don't know. I think Coach Bates thought that wasn't the place to go, undoubtedly.
Oh, Lord, it's over Sanders' head.
Lay down on him, Steve. Lay down on him.
Steve, oh, me. We talked about the mistake. We talked about the mistake just a minute ago. The snap over Sanders' head, and Steve tried to pick it up, which was a mistake. If he'd just laid down on the football, it would have been a safety.
I think he was trying to bat the ball out of the end zone, Randy. I think it's what he had in his mind, and he just...
Timeout, Brilliant, and we've got us a football game on our hands. 4:09 to go in the first half. Red Raiders up 15-6. A 9-point lead currently over the Tigers. They may go for 2 here.
I'll really expect them to, Randy. That's 3 times we've had the long snap tonight, and all 3 times it's been a bad snap.
Brilliant trying to decide what to do, whether to go for 1 or 2.
Makes it just a whole different ball game.
And certainly it is, and I think we may have to decide that we're going to have to buckle up our chin straps now. It's not going to be as easy as it looked on those first 2 drives. And as I said before, I stated today that there would be 2 options for Brilliant. They would either lay down after losing the last 2 football games by over 30 points, or either they're going to play us tough, and I think they probably elected to play us tough.
Well, that's all you can ever expect out of Britt when they play Ewan is to play tough.
Red Raiders up 15-6, and Britt appears to set up for the extra point instead of the two-point conversion. I see their kicker with his kicking shoe there. That's number 75 walking around with it, Norman York. Britt looking to cut it to an 8-point Red Raider lead now. And Britt, as I mentioned a while ago, they're taking some control of that line of scrimmage with their bigger people. They've got much bigger people across the front than we have.
I don't trust Britt, Randy. They may kick it.
They may kick it. His kick is up. It was almost blocked. And no good. No good. He kicked it off to one side. It looked like to me it went through from here, but at any rate, the Red Raiders still up 15-6, a 9-point lead. So we still got some breathing room, but doggone, we're going to have to buckle our chin straps up. We need to get 1-4 halftime here.
We gave them that one.
And I don't mean to blame Steve. You know, when something like that happens, it's awfully hard to think of everything. But if we had just laid down on the football or kicked it out of the end zone or slapped it out of the end zone, any of those things, we would have ended up with just a safety instead of letting Britt have a touchdown.
Well, I think that's what he had in mind. I think he had the right idea. I think he was his pursuit, his body weight falling. He couldn't control it, didn't look like, and just got to bat the ball. He tried to bat it out of the end zone.
Perry Reed now deep to receive for the Red Raiders. Mike Brian Wallace flanking. Britt with Norman York, number 75, set to kick off. There's the referee's whistle. We got 4:09 to go in this first half of the football game. There's a high kick that's going to float down to Perry Reed at the 10-yard line. Perry Reed with a football, looking for a wall to the left side. Perry
Got a
Reed.
hole.
And Britt, I tell you what, there was a block there. Lord have mercy. Who was that? That's number 50, Rusty Ewan, that came over and put a Britt man at number 75, that kicker York, on the ground now.
he got a real good lick on him. The 75 is, I think he's hurt a little bit, Randy.
He took a vicious lick. Britt did a good job of coming over and cutting him off on the sideline again. Tell you what, they're getting over and cutting us off when I didn't think they had the speed to do so. Red Raiders with a football, 1st and 10 on their own 36-yard line. We need to overcome that mistake we just made and score another touchdown here. You've got Mike Brian Wallace in the backfield. Chad Garrison calls signals. Chad Garrison wanting to throw the football. Chad Garrison got an opening to the right side. Garrison running hard and down. He has a first down for the Red Raiders up on the 48-yard line.
He done a real good job at that time. Both men were covered, and he saw her opening, and he just tucked her down and picked up about 12 yards, looks like.
Tackle by Gilbert and number 22 for Britt Kimbrell. First down and 10 for the Red Raiders on the 48-yard line. Still got Wallace and Fry in the backfield. Perry Reed on the sidelines. Garrison almost caught. Wanting to throw the football again. We've got Jeff Keeper wide open. Let's see what we've got here. Is it going to be holding on the Red Raiders? I believe it is.
I think so, Randy.
That's the signal, holding on the Red Raiders. Britt had a man, number 82, who got in there.
Keeper was trying to run with it before he caught it that time, Randy. He was wide open, though.
The bad part about it, though, it would have come back anyway, Terry.
That's
holding
true.
on the Red Raiders. Going to be a 10-yard penalty. And we're going to be looking at first down and 20. Back around the 37-yard line.
Mistakes can hurt you.
We're making a pot full of them here tonight. We don't need to toy with these people. They're going to think that they can play with us. Jason Smith split wide to the right. Perry Reed, Brian Wallace in the backfield. Perry Reed just a step away from breaking them. Perry Reed might break this one.
He's gone.
He's gone now, I believe. Perry Reed.
There's no catching
Perry Reed
him.
running off the left side. Touchdown, Red Raiders.
No catching him.
63 yards for Perry Reed. Off the left side, running behind. On that left side, I believe that's going to be Stanley Lipsy at that tackle position over there with a good block, and the Red Raiders quickly score. 3:28 to go in the first half, and the score is 21-6 now. I need to call those offensive linemen's name a little more, Terry. They're the ones that really make the play.
They're the one that's really doing the job. They're doing an excellent job tonight.
I don't know what everybody's clapping about here. That's Terry Reed. He just tied. That's what it is. Terry Reed has just tied the scoring record for the touchdowns in the state of Alabama high school history. That's all classifications, as I mentioned, of football, not just 1A, 2A. That's all of them, including all the big schools. So he has tied that record, and he will break it on the next score that he makes. And if he stays healthy, I assure you he'll score again.
I look for it tonight.
I do too. Give him the football and watch him run. Breed ain't got anybody that can catch him if he can get behind him. Ken Smith's trying another one. You remember that last extra point from back there? A 26-yard extra point. He's got it. Yes, sir. Ken Smith with a good extra point, a good snap that time from Asker Swanigan, and a good hold by Jason Smith.
I believe he's tying his toe up a little bit tighter this week, Randy. He's getting a little better kick.
That thing would have been good from 36, so it brings the score to 22-6. Red Raiders up over the Tigers. We've got 3:28 to go in the first half, Terry, and we got time to score again.
You want to play some defense.
Got to get that football back. Breett now will be deep to receive. Asker Swanigan will be doing the kicking off from the Red Raider 40. That makes me feel a little bit better about it, Terry, after we gave them that cheap one down there in the end zone.
Well, we gave them their touchdown, and it was good that we could come back out and just show them that we were still in control and blow them out off the line of scrimmage line, doing an excellent job blowing and blocking people, and got a block downfield on the cornerback, and that's all you need when you got Perry toting the ball.
Breett now deep to receive. Asker kicks off. It's going to be another short high kick. Number 10, Meredith Green comes up, takes the football at about the 15-yard line. He gets to about the 24.
Jeff Kibler again just tripping him up. He really will have to give him a half a tackle on that one, but he got his arm. He was first man down again, and he's the sprint man on the kickoff team and doing a good job tonight getting down and getting in on the tackle.
Brett Walker, Kevin Rudy, and Bobo down there also. Red Raiders now will play defense. Breett first down and 10 on the 24-yard line. The clock is moving. We got 3:20 to go in the first half. Red Raiders up 22-6. Breett now. Meredith Green deep in the eye. Robinson at quarterback. Gilbert at fullback. Robinson runs. That looked like a little quarterback, maybe a mix-up or a quarterback draw or something there.
I think it was really a quarterback draw because he didn't act like he really wanted to stick it in fullback's belly.
Give him a gain of 2 yards on the play, so it's going to bring up second down and 8. The football on the Breett 26-yard line.
Surprised at Breett coming out with a play of that sort with this little time left in the ball game. I was expecting to put the ball up, and probably this time they will. No,
what is it now?
Looked like the same play.
Virtually the same play. Anyway, it didn't go anywhere. Down on the bottom of the pile, Asker Swanigan getting up off the bottom of it.
Surely they're not satisfied with the score as it is. Going to try running the clock out.
Breett sends Ricky Robinson, number 7, into the football game. Their number 22 is going to go out. I apologize for not picking up their numbers any easier than I am. I know I hesitate a lot of times, but I tell you what, folks, if you're watching this film, you ain't going to be able to pick them up either. Robinson calls timeout for Breett. Some confusion there in the Tiger backfield.
I think they had 2 men split out. They were definitely going to throw the ball then, the way it looked. And I think the quarterback we were showing maybe a little signs of a blitz.
Breett, as I mentioned, under the direction of first-year head coach Jack Hayes. Last year they were under the direction of Coach Kenny Green. And I mentioned after they played us last year, they turned the thing completely around, got all the way to the semifinals of the state playoffs before they lost to Valley Head, Terry. And we can remember playing Valley Head in 1972. In the finals of the state playoffs, which we won 38-21 or something like that.
It's been too long ago, Randy. I don't even remember such things.
That was where we had the ice on it. You remember we had to get back to the motel and the ice covered the swimming pool and they broke the ice and went swimming. I think you was in that group, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I think I might have been the first one to get down that night. But
I tell you what, you know you got some crazy folks playing with you when it's 20 degrees and the ice on the top of the swimming pool and they break it and go swimming. Red Raiders now playing defense against Brilliant. We got a minute 49 to go in the first half. Brilliant with a 3rd down and 8. About the 26-yard line. They're on 26. They split their number 11 wide to the right. Red Raiders showed a little stunt, backed out. Brilliant. Robinson going to throw the football. Robinson throws the pass up, and Chad Garrison with good coverage.
Oh, we're lucky. Asker Swanigan, when the pass was in the air, knocked their, I think maybe the tight end, might have been a back.
Short man, wasn't he?
Coming out of the backfield.
Knocked him completely down.
The official reached for his back pocket, but he saw the pass was going to another receiver, and he just didn't call it, but we're lucky.
We'll take it anyway. Ricky Robinson, number 7 in punt
got it.
Oh, Lord, he like to got that one. Doggone, we're getting close to him. Perry Reed, fair catch on the 50.
I thought he had it.
Brian Wallace and Chad Garrison have been awfully close to those punts tonight. Red Raiders will get the football back with a minute 38 and sitting squarely on the 50. And let's see what Coach Mike Bates does here, Terry. May elect to put the football in the air.
Well, it would look real good on the board to go in 29, 28. We'll even take 30. We'll go for 2.
Yeah, let's go for 2 while we're getting them. Red Raiders now with the football on the Brilliant side of the 50. Jason Smith, number 12, wide to the right. 2 tight end offense. Perry Reed running the football off the left side. Not much there then. Brilliant smelled that play out. Number 74, that big Goodwin boy in on the tackle. Red Raiders now with no huddle. Clock is running. A minute 20 and counting. Chad Garrison wanting to throw the football now. There's a pass out there caught by number 19. Is that Keebler?
No, I think that's Smith, number 12.
Yeah, Jason Smith. Good catch there, but it's not for a first down. And timeout called by the Red Raiders.
I don't think he got out of bounds either that time, Randy.
Good pass, good catch. I tell you what, Terry Chad, even though he's 5'7", he can throw that football if he doesn't get big people in front of him.
He done a real good job then throwing the football in. A good catch by Jason. Jason's playing a real good ball game. I've still got his move down here on the extra point in my mind.
I tell you what, if you went to Berry last week, you saw that move that Perry put on that Cole kid from Berry. It's much the same thing. He ended up, the guy just fell flat of his face.
Yeah, that was, he was left with his pants down again.
He sure was. Was that Jason? I did tell you the truth about it, folks. I didn't know Jason had it in him. Jason, I apologize. I'll never doubt you again, son. Just give him the football and watch him run. 22-6, Red Raider lead. A minute 11 to go in the first half on the Brilliant 43-yard line. Need to punch something in right here. Maybe get a field goal if nothing else. Just get back that 6 points we gave them. Smith goes wide to the right again. Fry, Perry Reed deep in the backfield. Reed deep in the eye. Running the option to the left. Reed got in there. Bad pitch, Perry Reed.
Call him down.
Call him down. I tell you what, they're getting ready to cream on Perry. He's glad for that whistle. We're going to have another timeout called here. Oh, yeah. Timeout for the Red Raiders. A little bit disorganized there, folks.
It was a sort of a counter play, and Brilliant knew more about it than we did, look like.
A whole bunch of new folks going in the football game, and we're going to punt. That's what it is, 4th down. So Red Raiders will be in punt formation here, Terry. We might see them dust off the old fake punt here.
Well, it would.
I kind of doubt it, though, since he's up like he is.
I hope we get a better snap. This might be a good time to work on our snap. I'd hate to give them the ball back on about the 30 or 40-yard line, though, with just maybe a minute, 59 seconds left. It's not saying that Brilliant couldn't do something with it. We need a good snap.
Steve Sanders set to kick the football for the Red Raiders.
Back up one step, Steve.
We may be in the fake punt formation this time. They're awfully tight in there. Now, punt the football. Sanders kicks the football. A good spiraling kick. It's going to be short. Oh, Lord, catch it. Man, they did. Boy, didn't get much yardage out of that, Terry. It's about a 19-yard punt.
And 10 seconds on the clock.
49 seconds to go in the first half. Red Raiders up 22-6. Steve had to hurry that one again. Brilliant put a good rush on him. Number 80 goes in the football game. I believe that's David Benton, the first time he's been in tonight. Kevin Pugh comes out at a defensive tackle position. Brilliant. Robinson looking to throw the football. Robinson caught behind the line. Stanley Lipsy, number 65, back there pressuring the quarterback from Brilliant. A loss on the play of 7, 8 yards.
I was hoping he'd throw it up. We had good coverage downfield. I thought we might get the ball back.
Second down, 18 to go for Brilliant. Football back on their 25-yard line, and they're going to be in motion. Number 40, Gilbert, went up towards the line and then turned to the right. You can't take a step towards the line. You can go laterally either way, but you can't move forward before the snap of the football. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty against Brilliant. It's going to bring up second down and 23.
With 3 seconds left in the first half.
3 seconds. That wasn't worth stopping the clock for them. Reckon they'll throw a long one here?
I wouldn't doubt them airing it out. They've got nothing to lose.
Robinson going to take the snap. He's going to throw the football. Robinson pressured again and down again. To end the first half, David Benton, number 80, with a quarterback sack for the Red Raiders. Another 5-yard loss on the play, and that's the end of the first half. The Red Raiders up by the score of 22-6 over the Brilliant Tiger. We'll have traditional rival Winfield over there. Then Hubbardsville will come to Guin to play the Red Raiders, and we have to go and play Millport there, which is tough for anybody. Of course, Millport lost for the first time in some 40-odd games last week to New Hope, Mississippi by the score of 34-0. You don't know how they're going to react, whether they're going to use that as a stepping stone or fall all to pieces. So we can either walk into an easy football game down there, or we can step into a hornet's nest. We'll just have to wait and see how they react. Parrish concerns me. We've got them after Millport here at Guin. They'll be our last home football game. They have scored over 30 points in all 3 football games, and all 3 have been wins and against some good opponents. So they're going to be hard for us to beat. Remember the Sanders kid that did the fine running against us down there last year when the Red Raiders took the football game away from Parrish by the score of 33-0. He's got a little brother that's in the 10th grade, and both of them are running down there this time, and they're just running wild. So it's going to be hard for us to beat those folks, but fortunately we have them at Guin, and then we're going to end up with Double Springs. You remember, for those of you that were here for the Double Springs football game last year, remember the licking that they put on us when I didn't think they could. They beat us 30-6 here and made us like it. The most physical football team that we played all year long. So we've got some very, very tough folks ahead of us, and we hadn't even hit the meat of our schedule yet. Brilliant's back out on the football field now. We're going to be starting the second half shortly, and the Red Raiders will have to kick to start the second half. A 16-point lead for the Red Raiders. Brilliant's captain's number 10, number 33, number 16, and that deepest man is number 40, Ronald Gilbert. It's probably been Gilbert the whole time. I've been calling him Meredith Green, but as I mentioned before, those numbers are extremely hard to pick up.
Finally made it back, Randy.
Yeah, that's all right. All this big money you're making doing this, I guess you deserve a little time off.
Well, you know how these wives are. You have to go cater to them at halftime.
All right. Astor Swanigan set to do the kicking off for the Red Raiders from the 40-yard line. It's going to be a bouncing kick that's going to be picked up there by Brilliant's number 85. Is that 85? I can't tell what number that is.
85 or 81.
We'll see when it gets up. No, it's 16.
16.
That's Robinson. Well, we got good eyesight, haven't we?
We really do.
Tell you what, anytime you call 1685, you're in trouble. Brilliant now with good field position to start the second half on the 41-yard line. Astor, I don't know what happened on that kickoff there. He just missed it.
Well, he hadn't got a real good kick all night. Kicking game is just a little weak tonight.
That's been one of our strong points so far this year, except for the coverage. Gilbert, number 40 in the backfield. We'll try to pick up who the other back is. Robinson at quarterback. Brilliant. There's a fake and a give to their fullback up the middle. And I see Birmingham in the pile. Let's see who else gets out of it.
Didn't take anybody off.
Stephen and Stanley Lipsy, 77 and 65. No gain on the play, or maybe a gain of a half a yard. So let's call it second down 9 for Brilliant. The football up just outside their 42-yard line. Is this drink yours or mine?
That's yours.
All right. You're a good man. Brilliant now in the split backfield. Robinson still at quarterback. Second and 9. Running the give to the right side. Oh, they busted that one up.
They had a big hole there.
Ooh, good Good blocking there by their Brilliant offensive line. Gain up to the 49-yard line, so it's going to bring up 3rd down and about 3 to go for the Tigers from that point.
Asher limping just a little bit there. Might have a Charlie horse or maybe a turned ankle.
Asher Swanigan, Dak Garrison out. Irvin Lindsay goes in Swanigan's place. Brett Walker comes in Garrison's place. Brilliant. There's the give coming off the right side. Good tackle in the backfield. Jamie Birmingham tackles Gilbert in the backfield for a loss on the play of about 2 yards. It's going to bring up 4th down and 5 for Brilliant, and they're going to punt the football.
That was a big down for us, Randy. We needed to hold them there, not let them come out and get a drive started on us, and maybe even put one on the board. That would give them another spark, and that's something they don't need. We need to go ahead and put their fire out this possession when we get the ball here.
I believe that's Gilbert, number 40, deep in punt formation for the Tigers. Red Raiders trying to put the return on this time. Perry Reed's going to field the football. Let's see if he can get behind the wall. Perry Reed drops the football.
He just dropped the ball.
Oh, me.
He faked the handoff and started back to his left hand and just forgot to put his left hand out to take the ball.
Mike Fry came around and they faked the handoff there, and the ball just slipped out of Perry's hand. So Brilliant comes up with a big turnover now on the Red Raider 24-yard line, 1st and 10.
That's another one of those big mistakes we've made. This is something we've got away with so far, making mistakes, but you can't just keep on making mistakes and giving Brilliant the opportunity. They'll take advantage of these and be right back in the ball game here.
Brilliant now running to the right side, and no gain on the play. Ken Smith on Gilbert. Asher Swanigan was in on the quarterback that time, and let's see, if they gain half a yard, they're lucky. So we'll call it 2nd down and 10. The football's still in the same place. Ken Smith shot in from his defensive end position and put Ronald Gilbert down for Brilliant. Brilliant splits number 7 for them. That is, trying to find my list, lost my list here. I got it back now. Robinson calls signals. There's a give off the left side to their number 40, who's Gilbert. Gilbert with pretty good yardage. Give him a gain of 5 yards on the play. Jamie Birmingham makes the tackle for the Red Raiders. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and close to 6 yards to go for the Tigers. The football just outside the Red Raider 20-yard line. Brilliant may throw here, Terry. 3rd down and 6. I would think they probably would throw. Robinson splits number 11. Craig Stanford to the left.
We're making a blitz. Maybe going to come.
Robinson throws the football. Oh, Clark got outside of us. Clark is bumped out of bounds. It's going to be a 1st down, though.
We're going to get some yardage added onto that.
What did we do? We hit him out of bounds?
Yeah, we tackled him out of bounds.
Well, at any rate, it doesn't hurt us all that much down here on the... You're talking about the difference between a 10 and a 5. It's just a 5-yard penalty.
That's another one of those mistakes.
First down and go for the Brilliant inside the Red Raider 5-yard line. 22-6, the Red Raider leads. And Brilliant's looking to get back in the football game here.
We need to show them what we're made of and shut them down right here, Randy.
Sure do. Of course, they could show us what they're made of. Full house backfield for Brilliant. Oh, mesh in the backfield was messed up in a whole host of Red Raiders. Ken Smith, Jason Smith.
Ken Smith done a real good job of fighting off a block and standing his own ground about a yard deep there.
Well, that was Dak Garrison. I called it Jason Smith, but that was Dak Garrison in on that tackle there. And a good job it was. The Red Raiders pushed them back outside the 5. Fry comes out of the football game. Brilliant may try to pass here, Terry. It's going to be tough to run it in, I figure.
I'll look for them run one more time. They're in the fire eye here.
Brilliant. He's going to throw the football. Ken Smith chasing him. Ken Smith dropped the ball. Dropped the ball. Red Raiders football.
Jamie Birmingham up fake.
Number 11, Jamie Birmingham, I believe, is going to come up with a football.
I think it's going to be Jamie Birmingham on the bottom of the pile.
Yes, it is. And Ken Smith put a great rush on from his defensive end position, forced Robinson to cough up the football, and the Red Raiders avert giving Brilliant a touchdown there.
The whole defensive line was applying pressure, but he did have a man. He was wide open in the end zone if he had had time to throw the ball.
Red Raiders now 1st down and 10 on their own 13-yard line. Reed Wallace in the backfield. Todd Seals, number 24, split to the right side. There's the give to Reed off the left side. Perry Reed. He's gone. Perry Reed. Look at this. From the 13-yard line, 87 yards for Perry Reed. Lord have mercy. Did you see that fake he put on that number 11?
Oh, no.
Oh, Lord.
That was dangerous.
Give him the football and watch him run. What'd he do?
Oh, the official acted like he wanted him to pitch the ball, and Perry just sort of dropped it down. Right?
Laid it down?
Yeah. Some officials will call that.
Well, that's all right. He got through running 87 yards. I'll give up a 5-yard penalty on it. That's the state scoring record now for Perry Reed, an 87-yard run from scrimmage. It puts the Red Raiders up 28 to 0 over the Tigers. Ken Smith set to attempt the extra point. Probably going to get another 5-yard penalty here.
Oh, we're practicing the field goal kick.
It might come in handy somewhere down the line. You can't ever tell. Jason Smith will do the holding, and there goes the flag. I promised Ken I wouldn't criticize him anymore about that. As long as he hits them, I won't say a word. But when he misses one, I'm going to get on him.
That was a beautiful run.
Man.
A good block on the left side over there. I'm not familiar with the kids. I don't know who got the breaking block, but it was a scene that Perry, Jim McCracken, and make them all.
I tell you what, yes, Ken Smith got this one. Ken, run, Ken. Oh, man, drop the football. And Ken, I tell you what, I don't mean to criticize Ken, but he doesn't exactly have world-class speed either.
Ken's not hardly as fast and got the move that Jason's got.
But I tell you what, at any rate, Red Raiders up 28 to 6 over the Berea Tigers. 7:21 to go in the third quarter of the football game. And two tremendous runs by halfback Perry Reed. 83 yards for one touchdown, 60-some-odd yards for the other one.
With yardage like that, it won't take him long to close in on those 700 yards that he needed to break the record, and then
I bet he's
yardage.
He's got close to 200 tonight already, if not over it. Had 177 last week against Berry and played one series of downs in the third quarter. Had 182 versus Sullivan. Had 66 yards in the opening football game against Hackleburg. But if those of you that were here at the football game versus Hackleburg and saw the film, they put 3 men on him, and they gave up so much that Chad Garrison just ran wild from his quarterback position. Asher Swanigan set to kick off now for the Red Raiders. It's number 40, Gilbert Deep to receive. It's another high.
Asher finally gets a pretty good kick.
It hits about the 12-yard line. It's going to be picked up there by the Brilliant man. Sidesteps a few folks, still running, and a good tackle there. I don't know see who the number is. It's a 0.
We had some missed tackles down there. That's 80.
That's David Benton. David Benton makes a good tackle on Ronald Gilbert at about the 21-yard line, so Brilliant has first down and 10.
We had some flag tackles down there that time.
They had him about the 10-yard line, let him get away close to the 10. Chad Garrison out at a defensive back now. Blaine Pyron in to replace him. Dak Garrison in at one defensive back. Brilliant now. Brilliant running to the right side. Robinson hit as he pitches. Perry Reed tackles the man in the backfield.
Good defense, real good defense.
Good defense. And Robinson really took a lick. I don't know who got it on him. It could have been Ken Smith from his defensive end position, but somebody laid a lick to him. A loss on the play of 5 yards. That's going to bring up 2nd and 15 for the Tigers. Back on their own 16-yard line.
Notice Big Stanley Lipsy out there in pursuit that time, man. He's coming all the way across the field, wanting to get in on the tackle.
I tell you what, we talk about those two boys, Stanley and Steven. They're both juniors. They stand 5'11", 230 apiece, and son, they're a load. Now, they're quick. They're quick as a cat.
Playing some good defense in there right now.
There's the snap, and a bungled play looks like Robinson turns it into something, however, for Brilliant. Looked like they missed the handoff again, or either maybe a quarterback draw again.
I think that's that quarterback draw again, Randy.
And Robinson is getting up pretty slow for Brilliant.
Hey.
Now, that was their number 82 that got up there. Slow.
I think there's their water break again, Randy.
We got 6:03 to go in the third quarter. Red Raiders up 28-6 over the Brilliant Tigers, and it would be 28-0 except for a mistake in the kicking game. We can all breathe a little bit easier right now, though, I believe.
It does make it. I expect to see Coach Bates start alternating now and start playing some of the younger kids, which is always good to let younger kids play because they are our future. They're the ones we'll have to be
That's right.
cheering for next year. And
I expect to see Perry maybe play just a little bit more on offense, Terry. Of course, those of you that went to Berry last week, Perry only played one series of downs in the second half, scored the first time he touched the football, and he didn't play him anymore after that, but he had 177 yards on 13 carries, so why risk injuring a good back against somebody that you've already got beat? Red Raiders now. Brilliant, third down. There's a give, a little counter action by Brilliant. He's not going to get the first down, however. Asper Swanigan on the tackle. Jamie Birmingham and Stanley Lipsy there also. It's going to bring up fourth down and Brilliant from the 25-yard line.
I think Jamie got his hand stepped on that time.
He's shaking it awfully hard, wasn't he? Perry Reed, Mike Fry deep to receive the punt. Let's not drop this one, boys. Let's get that handoff right this time. Brilliant. I believe that's Gilbert, number 40, deep in punt formation.
I'd like to see Norman Terrell try blocking one.
Brilliant.
Oh,
a good kick. Boy, he got a heck of a kick in. Perry Reed going to receive it back about the 35. Looking to get to the outside. He may have a wall set up if he can get around the corner. Perry Reed. Oh, me. Couple more blocks and we might have had it. Perry Reed running hard. Returned it from a 35 up to the Brilliant 46-yard line.
Asper Swanigan got a super block.
That punt coverage, that's the time to get a good block, though, when them folks ain't looking.
He got one of those blind side hello neighbor blocks.
Much like that block that Rusty Ewan got in the first half. Red Raiders now with a few fresh faces on offense. We'll try to pick them up. Steve Sanders at one tight end. Jamie Birmingham at the other one. Jason Smith split to the right. Reed is out of the football game. Fry and Brian Wallace in the backfield. Garrison, a give to Mike Fry.
Running the ball hard, real hard. Good running, Mike Fry.
Mike Fry carries the football down to the Brilliant 40-yard line. It's going to bring up second down and about 3 yards to go. Call it a long three for the Red Raiders. Stanley Lipsy goes in the football game, and Asper Swanigan comes out at a tackle position. Asper's done some good work from that tackle position on offense tonight, Terry. A couple of those touchdown runs have come behind him.
I think the long run that Perry made the last time was right in behind him.
Oh, Brilliant got to that mesh then. Trying to run the inside veer to Brian Wallace, number 29, and Brilliant had a couple of men that got in there to it then, and they're getting up awfully slow. That number 82, he was slow about getting up a while ago for Brilliant. Can't get my list here, doggone it. That's Darren Cotton, wears number 82 for Brilliant. He's just about give out the way he looks. Perry Reed back in the football game now. We've got third down and 4 to go from the Brilliant 41-yard line. Brian Wallace in the backfield with him. There's a flag. There's a give to Reed off the left side. Reed would have had his first down probably. I think Brilliant might have jumped the way it looked.
I think that's going to be the call.
They picked the doggone thing up. Why don't you look at that? They picked it up and we had a first down. Shades of the Sulligent ball game. Where'd these boys come from?
I don't know. I thought he had called encroachment on them, but undoubtedly they had gotten back.
No flag on the play, so it's going to be replayed.
At least we know he don't have bubble gum in it.
Perry Reed and Mike Fry in the backfield this time. Jason Smith split to the right. Perry Reed up the middle, and Brilliant stuffed it that time. Good defensive play by their man on the bottom of the pile.
Perry could have just stutter stepped just a pause there. He had a...
They were trying to hit that middle again, Terry. We talked about a while ago. I believe Coach Bates may be aiming to go for it here. Yes, he is. Jamie Birmingham going in with the play. Ball sits just inside the Brilliant 40-yard line. We got fourth down and about 3 yards to go. Perry Reed and Mike Fry in the backfield. Steve Sanders splits to the left. Jason Smith comes to the right. Chad Garrison, option left, pitching to Mike Fry. Mike picks it up on the bounce. Mike is going to get his first down.
Excellent play by Mike Fry. He had to have good concentration to pick the ball up off the ground, keep his eye on the ball, and then be able to make the adjustments in the run and split the seam and pick up the first down.
That's a first down for the Red Raiders. First down and 10.
Excellent play.
Mike showed good speed to get around the corner then after the football just dribbled back to him.
It's different. People that never made that pitch there, different backs, you make a different pitch. And I'm sure Chad is used to pitching more to Perry than he is Mike. And sometimes, folks, that does make a difference.
Perry Reed to give off the left side. Perry Reed running hard, breaking tackles. Perry Reed running and just being knocked out of bounds. Nobody's getting him on the ground.
He was hungry for another one, Randy.
He sure was. It's going to be first down and 10 down on the Bree at 22-yard line. Perry Reed comes out of the football game, ran out of his shoe then. Ken Smith comes out also. We'll see who's in at his guard. I believe it'll probably be Irvin Lindsay, number 55. Yes, it's Irvin Lindsay, number 55, in at his guard. Running the pitch to the right side. Mike Fry behind good blocking. Mike Fry, flag on the play. Red Raiders going to be called for holding or clipping or something.
I think probably clip. No, it's back in the backfield. I was looking down here. I thought the official down here threw one, but
I don't know what we've got here. Clipping. Well, we have been called behind 3 plays that I know of, Terry. Either holding or clipping. Need to put another one on the board, and then we need to put another one after that. Let's get this thing up into the 40s here and then take it easy. Red Raiders will be penalized 15 yards from the spot of the foul, clipping, and we're going to have a long way to go. I want you to look at that. It's going to be first down, and got to get down to the 10-yard line, about the 11, and we're sitting on the 36, so it's first down, 25 to go. Brian Wallace in the backfield. Jason Smith split to the right. Chad Garrison calls signals. Garrison, there's a give on the inside. Ooh! Did Brian Wallace take a lick?
Yeah, 75 from Brett got a good lick on him.
Oh, he's tough. I tell you what, that little boy can take some licks now. He's taken some vicious licks in the past and just bounced right up off the ground. Give Brian a gain on that play of about 3 yards. It's going to be second down and about 23 for the Red Raiders.
Jeff Cooper back in the ball game. I'd like to see him throw the ball again. A while ago he dropped one. He had running on his mind, and I'd like to see him throw the ball to him again.
Jeff's a good kid. I'd like to see him catch a touchdown pass. Running to the left side. Gave the football to Perry Reed. Perry stumbled and looked like had a hole there. Might have got tripped over Chad at that point, so it's going to bring up third down. And still a long way to go. Give him a gain of 2 yards on the play, so it's going to be third down and about 20. Maybe a little less than 20. The football down on the Bree at 32-yard line. Sanders goes out of the football game. Blaine Pyron, number 25, goes left. Jason Smith, number 12, goes right. We got Reed and Fry in the backfield. Garrison wanting to throw the football, being chased by a couple of brilliant men. Garrison faking the throw. Just tried to shovel it out to Mike Fry. Fell incomplete.
Mike couldn't get his brakes on the field. Probably got a little dew on it and getting a little bit slick. Our back done a good job that time of picking up a brilliant linebacker that's coming. Our line done a reasonably good job of holding them out. Mike.
46 seconds to go in the third quarter. I don't know what we'll do here. Coach Bates sending in to play with Jamie Birmingham. He looks like he's going to go for it. Probably not fake punt. Of course, we know it. He's still got that fake punt in his arsenal. It's never gone for less than, I'd say, 20 or 30 yards. So very confusing play. Perry Reed running to the left side. Perry Reed running hard. Perry Reed, me.
He just couldn't keep his feet under him, Randy.
Reed got out there in good shape. Perry got about 6 or 7 yards on the play, but it's going to turn the football back over to the Tigers at about the 26-yard line. So it'll be first down and 10 for Brilliant. At that point, 28-6, Red Raider lead with 38 seconds to go in the third quarter.
That's where the mistake we made cost us a touchdown. Really, Randy, probably because we were down.
We were close.
We were close, and the 15-yard penalty really put a hurt, and that's a mistake, and that's something we've made 3 or 4 big mistakes against a good football team. We won't be able to do that.
We can't make those kind of mistakes against the Parishes and the Northsides and the Winfields and expect to win. Brilliant with the football now. Robinson sidestepping and going up the middle. Good run there by Robinson for Brilliant.
Steve Lipsy got a tackle there, Randy.
I tell you, those Lipsy boys are really active ball players. They really get after you. Second down, and let's call it 4 yards to go for the Tigers. That's the end of the third quarter. Red Raiders up 28-6 over the Brilliant Tigers. They'll take another water break here.
Fourth quarter coming up. This is supposed to be our quarter.
I don't know about you, Terry, but something's different about these headphones tonight. These things are wearing my ears out.
Mine and yours both. I'm not used to this.
Tell you what, you do a pretty good job, Bo.
Well, thank you, but something all new to me.
A lot of times I act like it's new to me, too. Brilliant now will have the football. Second down and about 4 yards to go, maybe 5. Looked like to me, Terry, they had 4 yards when it changed ends, and that looks like it's 5. I think they lost a yard in that exchange there.
Like you said earlier, we'll take it any way we can get it.
Yeah, hook or crook. Second down, 5 to go for the Brilliant. Tigers on their own 32-yard line, trailing by the score of 28-6. And truthfully, Brilliant's offense has not come that close to scoring. The only touchdown they scored was on a mistake where the Red Raiders gave them the football in the end zone. Robinson at quarterback for Brilliant. He's got Gilbert in the backfield. There's the give.
Good tackle.
Good tackle there. Ken Smith.
Yeah, Ken Smith, making a real good tackle there at his defensive end.
That was Ronald Gilbert, number 40, trying to run the football for Brilliant. Let's give him a yard on the play, so it's going to ring up third down and about 4. A short 4 to go for the Tigers. The football up at the Brilliant 33-yard. Reese Pugh, number 20, in the defensive backfield for the Red Raiders now. At a safety position. There's the give. Brilliant.
You guys first down.
Halfback. That's number 31 who ran the football for them. And that is David Hood. Hood, number 31.
He picked up his first down.
Way I've been miscalling their numbers tonight, folks. Hood might have been in the football game a lot more than I gave him credit for being.
Their numbers are hard to see.
If they were darker blue, they'd be okay, but they're that light blue, and they're really hard to see on these lines. First down and 10 for the Tigers up on the 38-yard line. We do know Robinson is a quarterback. Gilbert is deep in the eye. There's Hood with the football now. Hood being chased by Blaine Pyron and Steve Sanders and brought down over there by Sanders and Pyron. I believe that's probably been Hood. I've been calling him Meredith Green all night, but I believe that's Hood, number 31, who's a 10th grader, running the football for Brilliant there, deep in the eye position. 10:27 and counting to go in the football game. Asher Swanigan trying to get his shoe on again. Asher really had trouble with that shoe tonight. Linebackers number 55, Irvin Lindsay, in for Perry Reed in the linebacker position. There's a little screen to the left side for Brilliant. Number 7, Ricky Robinson. Good defensive play.
Real good defensive play.
Mike Fry. Kevin Pugh over there also.
Kevin Pugh out there.
Somebody's down. Let's see who that is. That Ken Smith down, Terry?
I think it is Ken Smith. He got in the pile up there. Probably winded him. Ken stuff.
Bell on him there.
Ken stuff. He'll be up in a minute.
Ken's been a real leader for the Red Raiders, both on offense and defense this year. Jamie Birmingham moves over to Ken's left defensive end position. Bobo goes to the right side. Brilliant in the eye. Third down, 9 to go. There's a pitch to Hood. Look at that pass. Steve Sanders
almost had it. That was a real good rollover coverage by Steve. He would come from the safety position. He rolled over and got over there to break that pass up.
I said, you see Bobo playing defensive end then, Terry? He is certain it was the run, and every step that Hood made to the left side, Bobo went with him. So what's Bria going to do here? They're going to punt the football, evidently. Perry Reed and Mike Fry will be deep to receive. Last time, Gilbert got a heck of a kickoff for Bria. Let's see if the Red Raiders put the return on in the rush.
I think we've got a return on, Randy.
Return on by the Red Raiders. It's
got another good kick, though.
Perry Reed now running the football, gives it off to Mike Fry. That's the wrong thing to do, son. You gave it off when he was going to the short side of the field. Mike Fry tackled down on the 21-yard line, so it's going to be Red Raiders football, first down and 10 from the 21-yard line. Let's see. Perry Reed's in the football game right now. Let's see if he stays in. Red Raiders with a comfortable 22-point lead right now. Jamie Birmingham comes out. Chad Garrison goes in at quarterback. Stanley Lipsy, 77, hurries onto the field. We're going to have timeout called by the Red Raiders. Stanley a little bit slow getting out there then.
Stanley was getting him a drink of water. I think it just come out from the defense, though, and
I remember I did that one night against, we played Winfield up here when we were juniors, Terry, and beat them 3-0. And I got excited on a defensive play from a defensive end position, and I was on punt coverage too, and ended up coming out, and we only had 10 men to return the punt. I'll never forget that. It's plain as day. Makes you feel kind of not too bright.
Yeah, I've made a mistake like that one time when I was a sophomore. Keith Cox got his nose broken. I had to move from split end to tight end, and I'd play in defense. And David Reed, me and him, Perry's brother, me and him had been alternating in split end, and I saw him come into the game, and I thought he was taking me out. I just went over on the sideline, sat down. I forgot I was playing tight end, and they got to hollering for a tight end, and the official was over the ball fixing to blow it in play, and I ran completely over the official to try to get into the ball game.
Oh, man.
One of those embarrassing moments.
Yeah, one of the last most embarrassing moments. Red Raiders now with the football. Perry Reed and Wallace in the backfield. Jason Smith split to the right side. There's the give to Reed off the left side. Reed's gone again. He's gone. There he goes.
He's quit. That's 40. Graham, number 40, he quit. It's at the 30-yard line. He said, no hope.
79 yards for Perry Reed. He scored on a 60-something yard run, a 79-yard run, and an 87-yard run. I believe it's time to take that man out, Terry, before he gets hurt.
Give him a break.
Going to be worn out. Red Raiders up now, 34-6 over the Bria Tigers and going for their 35th point. Jason Smith holding. Ken Smith will attempt the extra point.
I believe we may get it off, Randy.
We're going to get it off, or we're going to get a 5? We're going to get a 5.
No, he's going to let us get this one off.
He's looking at that watch awfully close, isn't he? Got it off. Is it good?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Right, we got a lot better snap that time, too.
Sure was. Red Raiders up 35-6 over the Bria Tigers. 8:43 to go in the fourth quarter of the football game. And a good performance here tonight, Terry. I was concerned, as I'm sure everybody else was, at how we would react at being 3-0 and Bria at being 0-3. And I think we've pretty much, it's been what I would call a workman-like fashion, control the football game, and just maybe not your most explosive effort, but a good solid effort by any means.
Well, we've made some mistakes tonight that I'm sure that Coach Bates will see in the film and we'll work on next week and try correcting. Every week will be a little tougher challenge because everybody's trying to knock you off when you're undefeated.
And as we mentioned, we play the Northside Rams down there next week. And Northside 3-0 going into tonight's football game. I don't know who they're playing. They've scored 19 points all year long is all that they've scored in those first 3 football games, but nobody scored on them much.
An excellent kick this time.
Good kick by Esker Swanigan, chases Gilbert to the 10-yard line. Gilbert trying to get to the left side for Britt, going to be hit, and there's Keebler right on top of the pile.
I'm telling you, Jeff Keebler's going to get down there and get in on part of that tackle anyway.
Kent Bobo. Irvin Lindsay down on the bottom of it along with Kevin Rudy, not Keith Rudy. Keith graduated several years ago. So Brilliant now takes over first down and 10 from their own 25-yard line. And we'll see if we see many new faces on the field now for the Red Raiders. Reese Pugh, number 20, into the defensive back. Brett Walker, number 15, into the defensive back. Brilliant running to the left side. Ken Smith. Oh, look at that. Big league play in the backfield there on Hood for Brilliant by Ken Smith. Throws him for a loss on the play of about 7 yards.
Ken's getting fired up now. This is when the kids begin to have a good time now.
You're head comfortably in the fourth quarter. That's when you can kind of strut your stuff out there, as they may say. Todd Seals, number 24, in the defensive back for the Red Raiders.
Our defensive secondary looks to be all clean.
Well, Blaine Pyron's in there. He played some, and Brett started, so. Reese and Todd in there. Brilliant going to throw the option pass, throwing back to Robinson. Oh, and Robinson dropped the football.
I thought that might be a lateral just for a minute, Randy, from where he was standing, but the official called it incomplete, so I guess it wasn't a lateral. I thought it was lateral.
Well, they gave us this one down here on the sideline, so I guess we're even now. Red Raiders looking to get the football back. 7:28 to go in the football game. I'd like to get in the 40s. We ain't been in the 40s this year. Come to think of it, Joe, we hadn't been in the 30s either.
It's always good to beat your neighbors, but it's not too good to slaughter your neighbors. We might have to go play them again one day.
Oh, yeah. Been 4 years since they beat us, so looks like it's going to be 5 now. Robinson at quarterback for Brilliant. Their number 25, Stanford in motion. Robinson want to throw the football. We got a flag on the play. Oh, me looking. Asker
went for the
Asker looked up. He'd got that ball.
He went to bat it down. I think if he went for the interception, he could have scored.
What's the flag back here? I believe it's going to be against the Red Raiders, the way the official looks.
No, it's against Brilliant.
He stepped in the Brilliant huddle first, and I thought he was explaining to them it was going to be a penalty against us, but I guess that's not right. See Kevin Rudy, number 74, going in the football game on defense. Brian Wallace, number 29, goes in. Ken Smith and Stanley Lipsy come out. $7:19 to go in the football game. Third down, 21 to go for Brilliant. The football back on their 14-yard line. I tell you, Terry, who's been a good, steady performer for the Red Raiders has been number 72, Kevin Pugh. He don't call his name much, but he's in there on defense and in there on offense and just goes right along and plays his game. Does a good job.
He always does a good job. That should have been intercepted, I thought, there if he had looked around.
All of our young defensive backs running around back there then. They should have went for the football. There's about 4 of them around it, and they all stood there and watched it fall to the ground. So it's going to bring up 4th down, 21 to go for Brilliant, and they will punt the football from their own 14-yard line. Mike Fry's going to go back to receive this time. Let's see if anybody goes back with him.
I doubt if we see Perry Reed being he's got a baseball cap on the sideline.
Raiders going to go for the block, I believe, here. No. Went for the return.
The kid gets an excellent kick.
Oh, me.
Pick the ball up, Mike.
Oh, Mike's got 20 yards back there. Don't understand what he did.
Oh, just a mental mistake there just for a second. That's all right.
Let's see. We got a young one going in here. This number 27, one I hadn't seen. Who is that? Philip Waits, a sophomore, 5'7", 110. He plays flanker. So Philip Waits will be in the football game for the first time. Brett Walker is in at quarterback. Norman Terrell, number 4, is in the backfield.
I like to see little Norman run the ball.
Norman is quick. I mean quick. Less than 7 minutes to go. Kevin Rudy in at center. We'll try to set the other people for you. Irvin Lindsay and Bobo at guards. Fumble on the play, recovered by Norman Terrell. either a bad snap or a missed handoff there.
I think it's the center quarterback exchange.
I see Ken Smith in there. Stephen Lipsy comes out. Todd Spiller goes in. Number 14 goes into the football game. That's Scott Atkinson. He goes into the flanker position. Philip Waits comes out. Todd Spiller and Stanley Lipsy are the tackles. Brett Walker is the quarterback. There's a give to Mike Fry trying to run off the right side, and Bria stuffed that. Kent Bobo's in there at one guard. Now Urban Lindsay hurries in. David Benton hurries in. Atkinson comes out. Kent Bobo comes out. Keebler comes out. Playing musical football players here. Late in the football game, about 5.5 minutes to go. Red Raiders comfortably up 35-6. Norman Terrell with a football.
Look at that big stand.
Norman still running hard. We got another flag back behind here. That was a piling on that he didn't call. What's the call here?
It was blocking below the waist, Randy. Well, I understand it in high school football, you can't block below the waist anywhere now.
Well, another flag behind the play. We've got at least 4 or 5 of these things. Oh, yeah, he got out there and put a block on, didn't he?
He was pulling out there and got out there and got a good block.
That's what we talked about. Those boys are real big, and you can see him coming off the field there. Number 77, he's 5'11", weighs 230, but those kids are fast and they're pretty quick.
He was leading the play and got a good block.
Norman Terrell comes out of the football game now. Good run by Norman as he waited for his blocking to develop. He's going to be a good back. Brett Walker still in at quarterback. Kevin Rudy at center. Todd Seals, number 24, split to the right side.
This is a good experience for these kids. Back up deep.
Third down and about 30 to go. Dropped the football, picked it up, and he's smothered.
We hadn't got our exchange in between our quarterback and
sure had
center.
Fourth down for the Red Raiders, and they'll be punting deep from their own territory once again. And it was down here a while ago, Terry, that we gave Bree at 6 points.
Sure Brigham remembers that and will probably be putting a big rush on us.
Red Raiders on the road the next 2 weeks at Northside and at Winfield. Bria trying to put the rush on. Steve Sanders gets it away, but it's another short kick. Bria calls for a fair catch and then watches it bounce, and it's going to be tapped by the Raiders and down at the 35-yard line. 36-yard line of the Red Raiders. So Bria comes up in excellent field position. First down and 10 from the 36-yard line. .436 to go in the football game. 35-6, the Red Raiders up.
We're getting a bunch of new faces in on defense now.
Blaine Tyron and Sanders come out in favor of number 27, Waits, Philip Waits, number 20, Reese Pugh. Todd Seals goes in. Mike Fry comes out in the defensive backfield.
We get our water break now.
Northside High Rams await the Red Raiders next week. All of you folks that were here last year remember the football game against Northside. Red Raiders were up something like, I guess about 20-0, and then bang, all of a sudden, football game is tied or Northside's ahead. Red Raiders came back in the second half and made it a blowout, but they had the ability last year to score quickly and had some good-looking athletes, and I'm sure that with a 3-0 record, they're not exactly bad this year. Okay, Briett from the Red Raider 36-yard line, first down and 10. Robinson wanting to pass for Briett. Robinson puts it up. Robinson, and
almost.
They're number 11 for Briett running down there just off of his hands. That was Craig Stanford. It's going to bring up second down 10 for Brilliant, and they're looking to take advantage of our young defensive backs there.
They had us beat that time, Randy, but like we say, we've got our young kids in there getting a lot of valuable experience.
Rusty Ewan, number 50, goes in on defense for the first time tonight. Rusty mainly an offensive player from the center position. Brilliant, second down and 10 from the Raider 36. Flag on the play. Robinson looking to pass. Jamie Birmingham hit him, and David Benton caught him. Good play there by David Benton and Jamie Birmingham both. He was trapped behind the line at the 40-yard line. What's the flag about, Mr. Official?
I think we've got an illegal motion.
Declined by the Red Raiders.
Third down.
Third down, and it's going to be about 13, 14 yards to go this time. Kevin Pugh comes out of the football game. Kevin Rudy in at a defensive end now. Scott Walker in at a tackle, number 70. First time we've seen him tonight. Brilliant, third down, 13. Robinson looking to throw the football. Robinson hit in the backfield. Look at Benton. I tell you, Benton's back there.
Benton was charging hard that time.
Kevin Rudy back there to finish him off, so it's going to bring up fourth down for Brilliant.
Fourth and a bunch.
Of course, Brilliant playing some young people. They don't have all their regulars in there right now either.
Well, I'm sure they, like us, even though they are getting beat, it's valuable playing time for these young kids.
2:53 to go in the football game, and counting. Brilliant with fourth down and about 20 to go. Football on their own 46-yard line. They got two men to the left side, right side. I believe they're going to throw the football. Robinson being pressured again. Robinson caught and down. Let's see who gets up. Scott Walker, number 70. Kevin Rudy, number 74. So Red Raiders football, first down and 10.
And the Uppertown boys are doing it.
Yeah. The Uppertown boys, bad news. Along with them Pea Ridge boys, too. First down and 10 for the Red Raiders on the 48-yard line. Timeout called by the Red Raiders, and let's see how many New Jerseys we'll get in here now. 2:30 to go in the football game. I'd like to see us put another one on the board. Reese Pugh's going to go in and play quarterback. A pretty good all-around performance. Kicking game hurt us some tonight.
That was really our only letdown. We had a real good game. Some of the kids has had an excellent game.
Our penalties hurt us. We had 4 or 5 big penalties that stopped us, especially cost us 1 touchdown down here.
Jamie Birmingham's played a real good game. Jason Smith with his spectacular run down there. That's something that was real good. Our offensive line and defensive line has played a real tough ball game. Our defensive line has shut them down. Brett hadn't really had a threat all night against us.
Red Raiders now. Reese Pugh, number 20, in at quarterback. Norman Terrell, number 4, and we'll try to pick up that other back in just a minute. I believe it might be Scott Johnson, number 9. Yeah, it is Scott Johnson. Oh, man, they almost forgot the football. They did forget the football. What is it called here? He called that a shovel pass, didn't he?
Undoubtedly he did. He called it an incomplete pass.
I don't believe that. I believe he's trying to hand the football, but he kind of throwed it out in front, and they called it a shovel pass. Philip Waits goes into the ball game. Atkinson, number 14, comes out. Run clock run. They called it an incomplete pass. 2:26 to go in the football game. Red Raiders for the football. Reese Pugh running up the middle. Looked like a design play there. It's going to bring up third down. Give Reese a gain on the play of about 2 yards. Bring up third down and 8 just inside the Red Raider. Number 13 goes in the football game. That's Paul Martin.
Just a freshman.
Football just inside the 50, on the Red Raider side of the 50-yard line. Scott Johnson. Norman Terrell in the backfield. Scott wears number 9, Norman number 4. Tried to give the football to Norman, and Brilliant had folks standing right there waiting on it. Going to bring up 4th down for the Red Raiders. They kick the football.
I think that was Scott Johnson that he was handing the ball off to another freshman that's in the backfield. Looks like we're going to get a punt team.
Red Raiders will kick the football. Steve Sanders in deep in punt formation. I'm sure he won't show his fake punt here. Good kick by Steve this time. Oh, got a good roll. Good roll. Going to be down on the Brilliant 13-yard line. The net yardage on that punt was 37 yards for Steve Sanders. Much better kick than we've had earlier tonight. Steve just not been into the punting very much tonight. One over his head, and I'm sure that shook him up some. A couple of the others were high, threw off his time, and Brilliant put a pretty good rush on him. Sanders goes into the football game. Rusty Ewan at nose guard, Scott Walker at one tackle, David Benton at the other, Kevin Rudy at one end, Jamie Birmingham at the other one. Ken Smith and Irvin Lindsay at linebackers. Todd Seals, Jeff Keebler, Steve Sanders, Philip Waits in the defensive backfield. There's a pass and broken up. Oh, man.
Steve Sanders, I believe if he had let it go, Todd Seals, I think, had him an interception.
30 seconds to go. Red Raiders trying to seal up the victory. 35-6 over the Brilliant Tigers. Robinson being pressured. Robinson down. Rusty Ewan got him that time. Rusty Ewan, number 50.
He's just not having enough time to throw it as deep as he'd like to throw it. I don't know whether he'll get another playoff or not.
3rd and 15 to go for the Tigers. 9-8-7 timeout called by Brilliant. Timeout called by Brilliant. They want to get one more play in. Kind of standing around out there, don't know what they're doing.
They want to air it out one more time. Be a good time to get a safety.
Yep. Robinson throws it as far as he can. And that's the ball game. 35-6, Red Raiders over the Brilliant Tigers to win the 1985 homecoming football game. Terry, appreciate you doing the commentary with me again tonight. You do a fantastic job.
Well, I'm glad to have you with it, Randy. I'd like to say again, I'm real proud of these kids, as I'm sure all the people in the town of Ewan are, and we appreciate all the people coming down supporting. We had a real big crowd again tonight, and the kids are just doing a real good job. Let's continue to support them, and I'm sure they're going to continue to win.
4-0 for the Red Raiders to start the 1985 football season. Next week, as we mentioned, the Northside Rams against the Red Raiders. The Rams went into tonight's football game with a record of 3-0, and it'll be a tough football game for the Red Raiders down there next week. Barry Reed broke the state scoring record for all classifications